crafty people, this is Ellen with AGI Designs and welcome to my channel. Today we are making a project with the new Spellbinders block print Leo BetterPress, and this is a registration BetterPress, which means that it comes with this little acetate guide. So what you can do is line up the plates on here to give you perfect placement, and you can also do different colors. So you could do this one and then better press that, and then take this one off and then put these on, and then do these in a different color. So it gives you a lot of different options. I'll show you another project that I just made. This is I used the registration, so I had all the pieces on here. We did this with rose gold from Lisa Horton Crafts for the ink. I think that just turned out so pretty. And then here's the inside. So I wanted to do another project with this set. And Spellbinders was so kind to send these to me, which I appreciate. I am going to use this Wishing Stars embossing folder. And I have a piece of the Spellbinders Violet cardstock. So first we're going to emboss this, and then we are going to BetterPress on it. So I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Be right back. Alright, this came out great. And we are going to use the debossed side. So I think that looks pretty cool. I'll show you what we're going to do. I didn't know, if you know, that you can BetterPress on embossed images. So that is what we are doing today. First thing, so I have on here, it's kind of sticky. I use temporary adhesive, so you don't have to put more on every time, but I will put a little bit since we have a big piece. And I'm just going to stick this on here. This is the panel. It is 4 by 5 1/4. I will list all of the measurements and everything I'm using today in the description box and over on my blog. And if you are watching on TV, I will put a QR code up top. So if you scan it with your camera phone, it will take you right to the supply list for today. Because this is bumpily, I'm going to put some of the adhesive on the bumps. Alright, so I can also link over to my BetterPress hacks video. These are a bunch of hacks that I've come up with over the past couple years that I've had this. Make it a lot easier for you. First, using temporary adhesive to hold the paper, because then you don't have to worry with all the little teeny tiny pieces of tape to try to do that. Second, this is my upside down trick, which I love. It came to me in one of my midnight musings one night, and I tried it and it actually works. So what I like to do is, like, the BetterPress, when you're looking at the lid and you're looking at the BetterPress, they're kind of opposites. So if you put something over here, it needs to be over here on this side, because you're going to flip this over. So a lot of times it's very hard to kind of hurt your brain to try to think in the opposite ways, and where do I need to place things and all of that. So what I came up with is put your paper on the lid, and then you are going to take the plate and put it, wherever you want it on the front. So now you have a visual of what your card front is going to look like. So in this case, I'm only going to use the Leo and the dates on here. So I'm just going to line that up visually and try to get that straight. I think that looks pretty good. So then what you do, this is where the upside down trick comes into play. You take the platform and turn it over and click it in and then push down and then carefully turn it over, and you will find that it picked up the pieces exactly where you want them to be, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so I have this Lisa Horton Crafts Natural Pearl ink. We're going to give this a shot. And I'm just going to be careful when I go over the Leo, because sometimes when the BetterPress plates are small, they have a tendency to kind of want to shift a little bit if you're like really smushing your ink on there. So just going to be gentle. Okay, then you just put your lid on, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we get to see how we did. Well, we did very well. Maybe I'll go with another layer. This is such a light ink that we might need to do another layer and see if it brightens up a little bit. As long as you don't move anything and you tape in your plates and everything, you can run this through as many times as you need. And I might need to put a layer of just plain white pigment ink first, but we shall see. Oh, it's definitely getting better. A little more brighter. Alright, I'm switching to silver. I have this Silver Shine. Hopefully that'll help that pop a little bit. Oh, yeah, I think that was the ticket. Look at that. Holy smokers. Okay. And I am going to use my heat it tool to dry this up a little bit because it is pigment ink and it will take a long time to dry. Alright, I turned this down to 3 3/4 by 5, and now I'm going to do a little ink blending around the edges. I have this Grape Agate from Altenew. Alright, I want to add some of this Vivant Silver Thread, I think, around the bottom, so we can do that. I like to just use my 1/4 inch double-sided adhesive tape for that. And I just put it on the back. And then, so I look at the front and wrap it around to the back and stick it on the tape. And then just wrap it, and I usually go around 3 times. And then you can look at the front and kind of bunch these up if you want, or scooch them down, whatever you like. I think that looks good. And because this has the embossed, like, wait, I can't think today, because it has the embossed on there. I'm going to use some foam tape to help this stick down to the card base, because we're also trying to adhere on the embossed side, so it's a little more difficult because the glue can only stick to the raised spots, so it's easier and better, I think, to use foam when you're putting on embossed layers. I'm just going to add some glue so I have wiggle room. Alright, and I have a really skinny mat. This is the brushed silver from Spellbinders, and it is 3 7/8, yep, by 5 1/8. Alright, while we're waiting for that to set up, we can put the inside in. I have a panel of white, and I used the embossing folder on the edge of this just to get a little bit of detail, and then I used the ink that was left over on my brush just along the edge just to kind of highlight those stars a little bit. I'm going to put this in with temporary adhesive. I do that because if I mess up writing the card, I'd rather just take this out and redo it than have to tear apart my whole card. So that's what I like to do. And this panel was 4 by 5 1/4. And again, I will list all of the measurements over in the description box and on my blog. No need to write anything down. Alright. And now that this is all set, we can just use a tape runner. Alright, so there is our completed project. Again, we had the violet cardstock, we used the embossing folder, then we did the BetterPress, and then we have the ribbon around, the brushed silver. We used the Grape Agate to add a little bit of shading around the edges, and then on the inside, the embossing folder on the side with a little bit of inking. And I think that turned out awesome. I love how shiny that came out. So the silver shine really did a great job showing up on that cardstock. All right. If you want to stick around to the end, I will put on there my card making playlist so that you can get some more card inspiration. And I'll put something else there too for you for a surprise. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by today, and until next time, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and have an amazing day. Bye-bye.